I think one of the things that you have to recognize though too is that there's good and bad with every direction that a big organization can go. I
Yes.
think where the franchisees get affected the most is when a brand is acquired by an individual investor that has no franchise experience and it's a single brand.
Right.
When you think of the organizations like, a Neighborly and Authority brand, some of these bigger organizations out there, what we're building at Horsepower, if you take those three, a sale down the road is not detrimental to the franchisees in any way. If we chose to go the path because there was a drastic change of course and we chose to sell to private equity, as long as that was with a group that was going to be able to continue to grow the organization and the focus wasn't just taking a singular brand, growing it for 5 years, bringing in as many franchisees, pumping in as much capital to then flip it and leave it as a lone wolf,
Right.
that's where I think people get affected. But in these larger parent companies, there's a lot of benefits that happen. And I will openly say that in my prior two transactions with Monster Tree and Redbox, I've had several franchisees that have reached out to me and said, hey, this was like, thanks for looking out for us because we believe you chose the right partner. And in both those transactions, I openly speak to people. I could have taken a path of just capture as much money as possible for myself as the founder or primary shareholder of these companies. But I didn't. I focused on who was the right partner.
Right.
And so being able to place that brand with someone that I knew was going to do the right thing, because I believe strongly that every company is capable of taking a business to a certain point, and it takes another level of capital and leadership to take it to the next level. And what I've been able to achieve over these past 2 years and the experiences that I've gone through and the capital that's been generated now gives me the launch ramp or the runway to get the distance to take this organization public. But it never would have happened without putting myself in a position to dedicate over $100 million in capital to Horsepower Brands. If
Yeah.
we weren't in that position, we would have really been, held back in where we would have been able to grow the business.
Well, and really appreciate your perspective on that too. And adding on to my comment, I would say 5 to 10 years ago, we were seeing a lot of that single investor who had a lot of money and no experience in franchising, and it was detrimental, really, for everybody. For a period of time until that individual figured out what is franchising. It's of huge benefit, and we can see it with Mighty Dog Roofing and how quickly that brand has launched. The quality of the candidate that is attracted to the brand, well, it's because of this whole engine, the heart of the thoroughbred that you've put into developing your organization with Horsepower.